Hi everyone. So I'm going to introduce today's this month's writing assignment. It's not an easy one, I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm going to give you some useful tips and writing strategies that hopefully will help you out with it. Okay, so here's the assignment. Doesn't that look fun? Isn't that fun? Yeah, so these two books are both rather difficult. Okay, so the assignment though is it gives you two books to choose from, and you need to choose one and explain why you chose it. Okay, so that's the assignment. I know what you're thinking.
No! God, please, no! No!
It's no fun. But let's just take a look at it. I'll give you some nice tips that hopefully will help you. Okay, so tip number one, answer the question. Okay, this might seem too simple, but if you just answer what they're asking you to answer, you've already helped yourself a lot.
Well, if you just answer the question.
Okay, so I highlighted in red here basically what the question is or what it is you should focus on. Okay, so it's telling us here in the first paragraph, please explain which books you'd pick and explain what the book is about. So that's the question. It's important. That's what I want you to focus on. That's what you need to do. All right, and in the second part, the second paragraph, discuss the reasons why you'd pick the book. So that's the question. So when I say answer the question, this is what I mean. Find out what it is that you need to write and answer that. So that brings me to tip number two, and that is to use a point form outline. Now, in my last video, I discussed in a little more detail doing an outline. So I just want to stress it here how useful that is. Okay, for this assignment, it's even more useful because it is more difficult. It's not as much of a guided, easy assignment as the last one. So using an outline is very, very useful.
Just do it!
So let's do a little bit of an outline here. I'm going to combine this with my writing tip number one by focusing on what the question is. That's how we're going to combine that with making an outline. We'll make sure we get a good essay that's going to get a good score. Okay, so I just started with the book I'd pick. That's what we're supposed to do here. I'd pick Everyone is Beautiful. That's the book that I'd choose. So I said that. All right, and then it's important to respect others. That's in the title of the book. So I think I'll just pick that as to why I'd pick, what the book is about. Okay, that's part of paragraph one. Okay, that's why an outline is important. I can see what I need to do and make sure I do it. Okay, so it's important to respect others. Okay, they also mentioned beauty. So, okay, what's the book about? Well, maybe I can just use that word, beauty. And I'll talk about this later, about another tip about this. Okay, when you use the word beauty, and just anything, just what is beauty? More on the inside than the outside. It's more than just what's on the outside, okay? And then the last thing I'd say is if you accept yourself, you're free to truly love others. So see, I'm taking this all from this page, and I'm answering the question using this outline, all right? My third tip, writing tip number three, is it doesn't have to be true, okay? So when we're asked about which book you would choose, you kind of naturally want to actually think about your own interests. Don't. It doesn't have to be real. It doesn't have to be true at all. And that will really help you, because when you can just answer the question with whatever comes into your head, it's much, much easier to answer.
It's not true! That's impossible!
Okay, my writing tip number four is use keywords. In this assignment, there are some keywords. In this one, we have respect during this first book, and the other one is beautiful. Those are two very keywords that stand out to me, and I'm going to use those. And then here we're going to look at the second paragraph and discussing the reasons why we'd pick the book. And so by using those keywords, I'm going to base my paragraph on those, all right? Okay, so the first one, respect. I can say respect is important. Okay, anything about respect, really. And maybe it's important where? In society, in your own love life. So those are two things. Okay, and I jot those down in my outline. So I'm going to come back to those and fill out my paragraph later. All right. And I remember I had a classmate in high school. It was very lonely, left out. So I can think about how these things relate to respecting others. Okay, that's respect. Okay, so that's how I would begin to write that, set myself up for success in that. So go ahead and do the assignment. And just as a review, well, let's review our 4 writing tips. So we have number 1, which is to focus on answering the question. Make sure that you are knowing what exactly it is in paragraph 1 and paragraph 2 that you need to do. All right. And connected to that, related to that, is the idea that you need to write an outline that helps you to focus those ideas. So you make sure you get them down. All right. Number 3 is it doesn't have to be true. Lie a little bit. It can be much easier if you're not stuck on your own opinions, and you can just write like whatever somebody else thinks. It doesn't have to be true. Okay, that's number 3. And number 4 is using keywords. Look at things in there, like in the first book it was respect and beauty, and in the second book perhaps it could be about leadership, about your choices, or about fears. There's other keywords in there, so just use the keywords and that will help you a lot. Okay, so I hope you guys find this one doable. Just do your best, and after later this month I'm going to put another video out and we're going to go over some of the intermediate level vocabulary and grammar that can be helpful for this particular assignment. Okay, so good luck.